Hello, hello, beautiful souls. I can't believe that we're already on day 10. And before we get started today, I just want to make a quick announcement that Thursday is the new moon. And I have scheduled this. It started right after the full moon. So for the first 2 weeks, we're from full moon to new moon, which for me is a time of reflection. And that's kind of what we've been doing so far, is reflecting on what thoughts we have, what we're uncovering beliefs. So we're reflecting on how things have gone in the past, how our thoughts have been running the show, how our beliefs have been running the show, how we've been limiting and holding ourselves back, kind of reflecting on that, bringing it to the light, so that next week, starting on the full moon, or the new moon rather, we can really start digging in and doing the work to clear it, right? So on Thursday at 3:30, I'm going to be going live, and I'm going to be sharing a meditation journey that has been so profound and so life-altering for me. It basically walks you through how to process whatever emotion is coming up and give that emotion, give yourself what it is that you need. So, if you can, catch me live. If not, you can watch the replay and you'll be connected into all of it. And it's been such a significant tool for me, and I think it'll be really incredible to do it at the beginning of the third week, because the last 7 days of this challenge are going to be all about, in real time, when we're triggered, when we're in that, uncomfortable state that we so long to be rid of sometimes, right? We're gonna learn how to deal with that, how to sit with it, how to feel it, process it, and find out what it is at the root of it that we actually need, so that we can give that to ourselves. And let me tell you, my life it was the missing piece for me. I had been studying for 2 years on how to love myself, how to regulate my emotions, because I'll be honest, I was out of control. I could not control them, even though I was feeling them and allowing them to be felt. Underneath that is a need, and that's why it's there, and it kept coming back, my emotions, the same ones over and over. I'm so excited to share this with you. I haven't led many meditations, and so I'm excited to do it with you guys. So, onward. Today, what I really want to talk about is why do we care about our beliefs, right? You hear it all over, everywhere, if you're into this sort of thing. Limiting beliefs. We gotta, rewire our limiting beliefs. And it can be okay, I know that, but why and how, sort of thing, right? Well, what I've come to realize as I look back throughout my life, and as I've unwired and repatterned several beliefs, is that a majority, I don't want to say all, because I don't like all, nothing, everything, never, always never, those extremes. I don't like to say that, but I'm going to say a majority, probably 95, 98, 99% of all of our suffering, anytime we've suffered emotionally, it comes because we're believing something about ourselves that isn't true. And our self our true self is like pretty much like, how could you think that about me? You know, and that's kind of the tension, the resistance, the suffering, you know, the uncomfortable emotion is because you're acting in a way that's not truly you, because you're believing something about yourself that's not truly you. So I want to dig in here and kind of just illustrate what this looks like, right? So we're going to go to something small, our rainy day again, right? So we have a belief that rainy days are bad. We don't like rainy days. Rainy days make us sad. They make us lethargic. Maybe we got into a car wreck one time when it was raining really hard or something, you know, and that kind of triggers that trauma back up into reality. Okay, so our belief is that rainy days are bad. So that means whenever it rains, we're gonna have a bad day. You know? And it's just that simple. Like, we believe that, so then this is our reality. It rains, something we have no control over. Some people might, but I can't make it rain. So you're giving your power to the weather, right? Whereas if you change that limiting belief, because we weren't all born here like, oh, I hate rain. You know, that's not how we came out of the womb. We could care less when we were a baby if it was raining or not. Like, it made no difference. We were happy as long as our needs were met, and if they weren't, we were unhappy, right? So flipping that script, you know, going out and dancing in the rain, appreciating the rain, because if it does make you feel lethargic, then you can rest. Like, maybe it's your sign to rest. So flipping it to, why is this happening to me? To, how is this happening for me? Right? That's a little example, like day to day, whatever. Now we'll go the other extreme. A huge example, okay? One of the greatest sufferings in my life was when my mom died. And I suffered in pain for months and months and months and months, years. And it wasn't long after she died that I started getting into like past life stuff, and like life after death sort of stuff. I've always believed, you know, I'm a science girl at heart. I love science. I really love quantum physics. It's like my favorite thing right now. But I don't know, like, I never really believed in hell, even though I went to church when I was little. And to me, like, death was always like really scary. And when my mom died, it was like really the first time I had to actually, you know, come to terms with it. So when my mom died, I didn't really have any firm beliefs about, you know, the afterlife or anything. So I started looking into it. And death is so scary to so many people because we don't know. It's unknown, right? And we naturally kind of fear the unknown. So it's unknown. It's unknown whether you just close your eyes and there's nothingness, or maybe there's like this utopia glitter paradise that you go to, you know? Like, there's no way to know. So sometimes I feel a little crazy for the way I see it, but then at the same time it's like, well, if we don't know for sure, why would I choose to believe that she's just like nothing, you know, and that I can't communicate with her and I can't have a relationship with her even though she's gone physically. Back to the science thing. Sorry. Energy cannot be created or destroyed was like the foundation of the thought process shortly after she died. It's like her energy, we all have energy, we're made of energy, and it cannot be created or destroyed. It can just move from place to place, right? So it's like every time I see a cardinal, every time I see a rainbow, you know, every time I see a horse, it's her. And like I can call her in anytime I need her, want her. Like she's always around in my belief system now. And switching that belief from like just a not knowing where she is or believing the worst, like that it's just nothing, you know, it's made me accept it, and I have so much peace. She sends me signs all the time, you know. I can get my mind really quiet and talk to her, and she like tells me what I need to hear. And it's not like I know it's not coming from me, because sometimes it's like not what I want to hear, you know. So switching your belief about something like death, right, that's so scary to so many, like you can choose to believe that you're gonna go to like some torture chamber. You can believe that you're gonna be nothing, you know, the great sleep, which wouldn't be the most horrible thing, you know. Or you can believe that you're an eternal being and that there is no such thing as death. And nobody knows. You can't prove it. So why on earth would we choose to believe this scary, horrific thing over the thing that brings us peace? All right? If we choose the scary, horrific thing, that's going to increase your fear of death. It's going to make you live in a way where you hold yourself back because you're scared of dying, right? Whereas if you choose to believe that we're eternal beings of light and that we never die, then your fear of death goes away. And it like, whew, the whole, like, why not do the thing, you know? And I'm not saying like walk into traffic or jump off a cliff, you know. I'm just saying like get on this stage, because you know it's, even if you do die, it's gonna be okay, you know. So yeah, like what we believe really affects how we act, and how we act affects our reality, the reality that we live in. So to me, suffering, all of it, not all of it, most of it, comes from believing something that's not true. You know? It's like if you believe that you're not worthy, then you act in a way, and your thoughts keep firing off. Oh, see, that happened. It proves that I'm not worthy. And it keeps cycling, right? Whereas if you believe that you're worthy, you take your shot. You might miss it. It doesn't change your worth, because you know that you're worthy. Whether you make the shot or you don't, you took it. So it changes everything, these beliefs. And that is why it is so important to really become aware of them. And like we were talking about yesterday, it's not the easiest thing. Like, they're sneaky, they're ingrained, they're deep. Even if you think you've cleared it, you might have cleared a layer of it, and you come back and circle back to it. Keep giving yourself proof of the truth. Because for so long with that other belief of, let's say, unworthiness, when you believe that, you act in a way that's in alignment with that, right? The unworthiness. And then the universe shows you, hey, yeah, here's another example of why you're a piece of shit, right? So this is why it's so important to become aware of these beliefs. And once you become aware of them, it's easier to let them go. It's like, once you realize it's not true, like, you don't lie to yourself. Just like if you want to believe that you're worthy and you don't believe it because you feel like it's a lie, like, it won't let you believe it, right? You gotta make yourself actually believe it. So today's challenge, I want you to start looking for hearts. And with the hearts that you find, I want you to attach a belief to it. For me, when I see hearts out about anywhere, it sends me a signal that I'm loved and protected by something greater than we can see. And really, this for me started a couple years ago. I was in a really dark place, but I kept seeing hearts everywhere and rainbows. You can do it with rainbows too if you want. And every time I was in a really bad place and I was spiraling and just so full of pain, fear, sadness, guilt, I would look and there would be a heart. And I would just feel it. I could feel that I'm loved and supported and protected by something greater than me. And the more you look for them, the more they just pop out. And then that belief gets like cemented in, right? And it's really funny too, because I had been doing this for a while, and then one day I was sitting here at my house watching YouTube. I love Mel Robbins, and I was watching one of her podcasts, and this was something that she said to do, like, go look for hearts. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been doing that. And what it does is there's something in your brain called the reticular activating system. And it's like whenever you start to look for something, it just pops up everywhere. So like her example is like, have you ever looked for a new car? Like, as soon as you decide what kind of car you want, then you start seeing it everywhere. Or like a new pair of shoes. You see a new pair of shoes that you want, and then all of a sudden you see everybody wearing these shoes. Or you want a new hairstyle that you haven't seen before, and you like get it in your mind, and then all of a sudden you start seeing it everywhere. So this is like a little trick to show you that what you're looking for kind of appears. So if you're looking for, you know, love and protection, and you're looking for peace, you know, then these things start showing up for you. The reason they didn't show up before was because your RAS, it wasn't allowing that in, because it's like the bodyguard of your brain. There's so much stuff going on all the time, all around us, and we can only handle so much of the senses coming in. So this kind of blocks out all of the things that our brain deems unnecessary. So whenever you make something important to you, your brain's like, oh, okay, I'll start looking for that, right? So the trick here is like, if you're always expecting the worst, looking for ways that people are hurting you, looking for ways that your life is like a disaster, dumpster fire, then that is what your RAS is going to keep letting you see. However, the good part about our brain, if you start looking for things to show you that you are loved and that you are powerful and you are amazing, it'll start letting that in too. So that is what our our challenge today. Look for hearts. If you're out on a walk, I mean, I see them all the time everywhere. It's so insane. And it has really reinforced that I'm loved. I am love, like, and then that just changes. If you believe that you're loved and protected, you go out in the world differently. You belong, You're here for a reason. And so I hope that you see a lot of hearts. I'll see you guys tomorrow.